What if I told you you are about to get $1,000 per month absolutely free? You don't have to work, you do not have to do anything. Well, that's what some are discussing right now, simply because jobs are going away. We are seeing artificial intelligence take over people's positions. Just the other day, I was walking through a grocery store and I saw a robot cleaning the floors. Nobody next to it. Went around the aisle, another robot cleaning the floors. It took away a position of janitorial staff just by replacing it with a robot. This is why lawmakers are saying now is the time to step up and start giving universal basic income to every single person here in the United States. I'm going to break down what's going on, why this is now becoming a new thing, which countries and which states are going to be doing this exact same thing, and how you could be affected. So make sure you stay tuned. As of right now, there's 3.8% of the United States is unemployed. There's 6.4 million people on unemployment. Unemployment claims are at 1.7 million. This is as of October 14th. Now, if we look down here, this is September 2023. 6.36 million people are currently unemployed. Now, why is that such a big deal? Well, it's such a big deal because we are expecting more people are going to be unemployed. And as the unemployment numbers increase, what they are saying is we shouldn't go and take a step backwards. We shouldn't go and try to get companies to hire all these people again. Try to stop, innovating. Stop using new technology. We can't take a step back. We have to move forward. Well, by moving forward, what's happening is there are more open positions now than in recent history. Look at this. These are just the job openings. It says on the last business day of August, the number and rate of job openings increased to 9.6 million. That's an additional 690,000 people and 5.8% respectively. Now, why are job openings increasing? Well, they're increasing because we are seeing many businesses are struggling to get people into the door. They're struggling to get people to come in and work for whatever wage they're trying to give them. And many are asking for just insane prices, insane salaries. Just to give you an idea, there are many companies that say that we are going to start out at $15 per hour. Now, those are in certain states. You look at states in the South, they're still sticking to the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. That is hurting millions and millions of people. But Congress has a plan. Look at this. Congress has a bill to raise the federal minimum wage to $17 an hour, and that has just been reintroduced to Congress. Now, what's interesting about all this is $17 an hour is $9.75 more than what people are currently getting. That's the federal minimum wage, $7.25. That has been the minimum wage since July of 2009. It's been years since we have seen the minimum wage increase on a federal level. This is why Congress is saying we need to increase the federal minimum wage, or if we are going to innovate and we're going to start using technology like artificial intelligence, then we need to do one thing. We need to provide the American people with a guaranteed income. This is Universal Basic Income, or UBI. Well, look at this. This is from CNBC. It says universal basic income of nearly $2,000 a month to be trialed in England for the first time. This was back in June. Sending out universal basic income, or guaranteed income. This is huge. This has happened in California and multiple states. This has happened here in Washington State. This has happened over in Chicago. They've done this where they've sent out $500 to $1,000 every single month to a certain group of people. We see this in the South all the time, where single mothers can get $500 to $1,000. We see people that are homeless that have went through different programs, they're receiving guaranteed income. People that are still in high school but are homeless in California get additional $500 to $1,000 every single month. The $1,000 is kind of that threshold. That's what people are talking about. But what's happening right now is that there's still many states that have a lot of money, that still have a lot of money from the American Rescue Plan. Look at this article. It says guaranteed income gets a new life. A surge of federal funding from the American Rescue Plan has helped cities develop pilot guaranteed income programs. Will they last? The answer is yes. They're not just going to last, they're going to expand. Here's what we know. There are certain states and cities that are planning to push for universal basic income in the future because they understand people are actually getting pulled from their positions, and robot and technology, they are starting to take over. Look at this article. This is just from October 16th. It says a universal basic income is being considered by Canada's government. How big is that? Canada. If we see, here in the United States, if we see our neighbor, our friends, the Canadians, get universal basic income, what do you think that does to people in nearby states? It's going to try to push them to Canada. This is really going to boost Canada. Now, here's one thing I can tell you. It is because of AI. Look at this article as well. It says, is the rise of AI the best argument for universal basic income? And many people say it is. According to multiple experts, artificial intelligence is taking over millions of jobs. But we are not yet seeing it because there's somebody that has to implement this. Okay? Somebody has to be there just in case. Now, I was talking to a barber the other day. Somebody, they cut hair. And they were saying that they're really worried about artificial intelligence. That, there's machines out there that you can actually put your head into and they will wash your hair. Okay? That's one thing. I was talking to a friend of mine last night as well, and I brought this up, and it's going to take a lot. You'd have to be very confident if you're going to put your head in some device, and it's going to have shears and scissors, whatever, to cut your hair. I'm not putting my head in that. So I told this person, I said, I think you're safe for a little bit. But I also talked to somebody that was a janitor, and he had his job taken away because he used to walk behind this big machine, push this big machine that cleaned and waxed the floors. Now they got software to do that. Now they got robots that, again, I've seen in person that just go throughout the store. As the stores open or stores close, it just keeps going, cleans the stores. It vacuums it, and it washes the floor. That's crazy, but that's what we're seeing. We see in factories, you do not need a forklift and a forklift driver anymore. Now, and Amazon's done this, where they get a little machine, little robot comes underneath the pallet, lifts it up, and takes the pallet to wherever it needs to go. That's happening. We've seen in other factories, in like fruit packing sheds, where before people would have to hand pick cherries, hand pick apples, and put them in certain bins. Oh, this is a red apple, I put it there. This is a green apple, put it here. Now, there's machines that do all that. So all those people that were sorting the fruits, their jobs are done. It's done. You've seen taxi drivers. I see this all the time in the Las Vegas area, where there are actually driverless cars. You've probably seen this on the news. There are driverless cars. So you can go and get an Uber, or it's not really an Uber, it's a different company, but the car comes to you, you open up the door, you get in, and it takes you to where you need to go. There's no driver. There's absolutely no driver. This is the technology that we're dealing with today. This is huge. Okay? This is happening all over the place. You go to certain stores, and all you gotta do, let's say you want a coffee, you push a button, and what the coffee machine does is it spits out a cup, it puts the coffee that you want into that cup, and you're done. So the barista that before was making it no longer need it. They are no longer needed. Okay? This is the world that we're coming into. And the reason why this is such a big deal is simply because now we're removing people from these positions, replacing them with technology, with artificial intelligence. And this is what Congress is saying. We have to supplement those people's income in some way. Because guess what? If those people are going to count on Social Security, maybe they're at the age where they can start claiming their benefits. If they're going to count on Social Security to give them that $1,000 or $1,500 every single month, it's probably not going to happen. Right now, there's so many questions surrounding Social Security. People are not relying on that. They can't rely on that, especially in the next 10 to 20 years. But think about this. How many times have you gone to a place and you see a machine doing the job? I went to a mall a couple weeks ago, and inside that mall, it had a pizza vending machine. You pick the size of your pizza, you pick the toppings that you wanted on it, and then you hit the button and pay for it, and the pizza slides out. Saw the same thing with a pancake machine. And this was very interesting because before you go to a hotel, you either have to have either somebody makes the pancake for you or you make it yourself. Well, on a recent visit to a hotel, I saw they had a little machine. You push the button. Okay, I want 3 pancakes. Okay, 3. And you hit the button, starts making the pancakes. The batter comes down, the conveyor pushes out the thing, and then it drops out the end. Your pancake is done. There's not a person there making them. No more. So that person that used to work there to make the pancakes, their job is gone. They got to go find something else. So that's what's happening at this time. That's why I bring this up, because what we are seeing now is AI is taking over everyone's positions. And as it does, more lawmakers are going to start to wonder, well, do we try to take a step backwards and don't rely on technology, don't rely on artificial intelligence, and try to get companies to go and hire all these people again? Remove the equipment, remove the technology, go back, 10, 15 years? No. We're going to accept it. We're going to move forward. But by accepting it, just like they are talking about in this article, AI is going to cause universal basic income. We've seen Elon Musk talk about this. We've seen billionaire Bill Gates talk about this. We've seen billionaire Jeff Bezos, right, the founder of Amazon. He's talked about this many times. Artificial intelligence is going to take over, and it's going to cause millions and millions of people to lose some of their income. So because of this, Congress is now stepping forward and trying to argue that, yes, we need to start giving a universal basic income to our citizens. But that's going to take some time. So as we get more information on this, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. All you got to do is 2 things. First, hit the like button on this video. Also, click that subscribe button so you never miss an update. And I'll see you guys on the next one.